Okay, hashtags. What's the purpose of a hashtag? Why create a hashtag? What do they do? What do hashtags do for your videos? How do hashtags improve your videos? Well, we're going to discuss this as soon as hopefully somebody comes into this chat, and then we will discuss, or I will discuss this here in just a few minutes if no one shows up. But I'm just trying to give some people some time. I kind of popped in here unexpectedly, and wrong time of day. It's 12 plus o'clock at night, p.m. Pacific time, or should I say, coming to you live from beautiful downtown, southern, sunny California. You know, hang loose. All right, so we're talking about hashtags, and I guess I'm going to have to get into this here before nobody's coming along here. So I understand it's late, and somebody may pop in, but I'm going to start this, and that way one second. Okay, so let's get into the hashtags, and we will go over this. Just a second. Bear with me. All right, I'm going to show you the benefits.
Okay, update on Summer Breeze, or should I say Mickey Mouse and Pluto?
Let me reverse this. Thanks for watching. Okay, now we're going to show you hashtags and the benefits of hashtags. Now, I've titled my video Mickey Mouse and Pluto Summer Breeze Update. Now I have Disneyland, Mickey Mouse, and dog training. All right. Now, so the benefits of this, I'm going to go over here to Disneyland because I'm talking about Mickey Mouse and Pluto, right? Look where I'm placed. Mickey Mouse and Pluto with Disneyland, with all these other videos around Disney. Okay. So there's my video from today, right there. All right. Now, let's go back. Okay. Now we're going to go over here to Mickey Mouse. Bam. Mickey Mouse. Let's see. Latest videos. There I am. Mickey Mouse and Pluto. Summer Breeze update. All right, so let's go back. All right, now we are going to go over here to dog training. All right, dog training. There we go. Dog training. Dog training. And let's latest videos. There we are. Mickey Mouse and Pluto Summer Breeze update. All right. There I am. 11 hours, 9 hours, and 5 hours. Now, I'm going to show you. Then I'm going to tell you how many you can have. You can only have X amount of these. All right. We have Disney, Mickey Mouse, and Pluto. I'm in dog training. Now, let's go here to my description. And you'll see in my description, I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I messed up with the Pluto because there's a space there between it. And so it didn't come out. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, now let's see. We're going to go over here. I've got horse training right here. Horse training. Let's see what happens. We have horse training. Truth Freeze. How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you for some time. Appreciate you dropping in here. All right, now when you do this, you want to use general terminology. All right, now, there I am under horse training. I'm the only one. Or training your horse. Okay, so let's go back up. All right, let's go down here to, training your dog right there. Bam. There's my video right there, and train your dog. All right, at the top. So now, that's the purpose of these hashtags. You want to use general terms. Truth Freeze. The hand that feeds. Yeah, see, that might be a good hashtag too. The hand that feeds. All right, but now let's check out another one here. Shiloh Shepherd. Bam. Okay, we have Shiloh Shepherd there. Let's see, does my video come up under Shiloh? Oh, no more results. For some reason, my video hasn't come up here yet. It should be there. I'm not sure why it didn't show up, because my shepherd is a Shiloh Shepherd. And I don't know why my video didn't show up here. Or maybe will be up there tomorrow. Okay? Now, again, let's see. Tag Master. Okay. Are these tags that you're familiar with? All right. So now we have, let's see, training your horse. Bam. There's my video under training your horse. So these are the benefits of it for those that don't know. Okay. And I'm doing this for the purpose of that, for people that don't know. Now, you're able to put up 15 maximum. Because if you put up more than 15 maximum of these hashtags, then they consider that abuse. And from what I have read, they get a little upset about that. I'm not exactly sure what they do, but you definitely do not want more than 15 hashtags max. And you want to use general terms when you do these hashtags. 14 then. Yeah, why not? Yeah, 14. That works. I have like 9. I got to do Pluto, Mickey Mouse and Pluto. They never did have a female dog, it was Goofy or Pluto. So my dog's a female, so I couldn't call her Goofy. She's not Goofy. She's not Pluto either, but it's better than Goofy. But she is a Shiloh Shepherd. They're a fairly new breed of a German Shepherd. And I was blessed to have her, to get her. I found her actually, running loose, lost, scared, and had no clue it was just a puppy, you know. And I wasn't looking for a dog. I haven't had a puppy in over 20 years. Didn't want them chewing up my shoes and everything else in the process. But I have a dog once that worked out. Sheep sheep herders are great. Yeah, I forget the name of those dogs, what they're called. But yeah, they're good dogs. So far as the hashtags, you can have up to 15. You want to use broad general terms like dog training, open-ended hashtag. You know, Shiloh Shepherd, open-ended. Or I guess I could put a hashtag in there, German Shepherds. That would be broad. The Shiloh Shepherd would be more of an isolated hashtag. And as you see, she didn't show up. My video didn't show up. So 15 hashtags, open-ended. You just use general terminology so that they will go into these other locations. So your video has a greater presence on the YouTube platform to be found. And that's what I was just showing. I can do that again. Just 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to be a moment of silence here for just a second. I appreciate everyone being here. And I'll show this one more time. I wish I was able to show you how to, doing just putting up the hashtag, because I'd straighten that one up and I'd put in German Shepherd, because I'm going to do another one with just German Shepherd. And that's more general than Shiloh as the end result. One second. Okay. All right. Yeah, shepherds are good. Does anybody have any questions? Is there anything somebody else knows about this that I haven't mentioned? We had 4 in the house. Oh, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everybody. I've had 5 in the house and not 1 thumbs up. YouTube needs to acknowledge our channels. And united we stand, and united we make it happen. Is there any other questions? Anybody have any questions? Or are you using hashtags? Or thank you for that thumbs up. Thank you for that thumbs up. Appreciate it. So hashtags, you want generalized hashtag, raw diet for dogs. I don't know if their systems can handle it. They may loosen up their bowels, and that may be a problem. Is what I'm thinking. Maybe a little bit here and there, or a little bit mixed in with their food. I know that they make some high-end vegetable dry dog food. I do know they're doing that. And they're making dog food out of vegetables. But it's not dry. My sheep herder was at death's door at 7. He's 13 now after switching to real food. Wow. Wow. No, I know food plays a big part. When my puppy was growing up, when she was a puppy, I was feeding her some real high end protein, with high vitamin content, and her for her foods, and I was mixing eggs with it, and I'm continuing to mix eggs with her food. Give them bones, to chew on, and they can eat the bones and get the minerals and vitamins out of that, calcium. Yeah, it plays a big part. How did you get your dog to eat this raw food? I'm thinking it took a little bit of doing. Unless you're flavoring it with, I don't know, meat broth, or I don't know what you can flavor it with actually. Oh, lightly cooked. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could, add chicken base. That makes sense. All right. Yeah, you can't beat it. You can't beat, real food for sure. So, yeah, definitely. I went at mine. I've raised a few pigs. It's been a year or two since my last pig I've raised. Um, I get bones from the butcher when I do that. Cow bones and whatnot. And commercial food is near death from it. Really? Well, I know when I'm looking at the ingredients list, on dog food, it's, yeah, most of it. But then they've got this higher end, and you're paying for it. They jack that price up on the higher end dog food, that's for sure. Um, but it's really good. They've got vegetables and all kinds of stuff in this higher end dog food. Rachel Ray has a dog food, with her name on it, and it's got the veggies and whatnot in it. It's really healthy, and real expensive. I actually fed my dog a bag of it when she was a pup, trying to get those nutrients and get those connective tissues and the muscle and everything developing really well. And, and like I was saying, putting the eggs in her food as well, for sure. So, Truth Freeze, do you have a ranch? Sounds like you might have a ranch, or just you have cattle, or you just have a yeah. When I was bodybuilding all the time, I would do eggs. I grew up watching my brothers do eggs, raw eggs, part of their regiment when I was little. And then as I become a teenager and started working out, hens and dogs and cats. Hens and dogs and cats. Sounds like your hens got to be lifting weights to just, to get to have the advantage over these cats and dogs. But yeah. So healthy food for your animals is important for sure. Kind of like when I was raising my pig, we're feeding them scraps and the food and milk, and they love milk. Pigs love milk, man. Raw, I mean, even if it's spoiled, they love it. But you know what you're getting, and it's cheaper than buying it from the store. And pound for pound, cow versus pig, you're getting more meat per pound on a pig versus a cow. The amount of money you've got to put into the price of the cow, the amount of money that it takes to raise that cow, unless you've got acres, for it to just eat grass. That's a different story. But if you don't have acreage to feed your cow and you're having to buy hay, it's almost not worth it, except for, again, what your cow's eating, what you're getting. But the pig is it's affordable, pound for pound, even after butcher fees. At least here, and I'm in California. And it's, you like, again, what that pig's eating, you're feeding it. And so it's, what to eat's important. Quality and the health of the animal. Pig liver, I told, is full of worms and it's nasty. Pig liver is gourmet if that pig's eating good and it's not in a dirty environment. Now, my pig's in the dirt, has a little mud hole, but we keep it clean as possible and give it really good leftovers. And the pig liver is gourmet. It has such a mild flavor, super mild, and it's really good. I don't know what to say. Beef has that really harsh taste, which I also like, but beef has a harsh taste. Pig liver has a mild, smooth taste. That's why I say it's gourmet. But like I say, it's what it's eating. It's in a clean environment, and that's what makes the difference, I do believe. But as far as these hashtags, it gives your video or the videos they're on a bigger, broader presence on YouTube, on the platform. They can be found in more locations, and you have a better chance of them being seen by more people. And that's better. And it's something that it's relatively new here on YouTube. Twitter's been doing it for quite some time. Facebook's been doing it. Instagram's been doing hashtags. They all have been doing hashtags. But YouTube, it's relatively new. And now, you don't, besides just sharing your videos on Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, on your Twitter account, on a Facebook account or page, by putting these hashtags in within the YouTube platform, besides YouTube recommending your videos to people, your videos are now put out in a broader location in these different search terms. Try searching New Zealand video or anti-Van X. What is that? What is that? You're telling me something. I'm not sure what you're telling me. Try sharing a New Zealand video. Vacation. New Zealand video vacation. You're going to have to give me more information. I'm not quite following what you're saying. Try to search for a New Zealand video, vacation video. Censorship 100%. In New Zealand, that's supposed to be like Australian open zone. I mean, mass shooting mosque. When? Where? In New Zealand. There was a mass shooting in New Zealand at a mosque. I'm assuming that was a Jewish mosque. Wow. But why is it 100% censored? They shouldn't want that censored. They should want that to be known. And you say mass, so who was being shot? Was Jews being shot? Who was being shot? Are you saying terrorists were shooting Jews or what? Exploring with CF. How's it going, bro? We're talking about hashtags. Truth Freeze is telling us about New Zealand had a mass shooting and that they've got 100% censorship up in New Zealand. Something to do with the mass shooting at a mosque. But the hashtags, you want to use open-ended hashtags so that your videos are spread out across the YouTube platform so that you have a greater presence and a greater viewability on that video. On my video I uploaded this afternoon, Mickey Mouse and Pluto update Summer Breeze update. Use hashtags on both of my channels. And yeah, New Zealand is being stupid about the shootings. Yeah, I would say so. I'm thinking, why would they want to keep that hush hush? But I know every time that there's some type of a shooting, they try to use it as leverage to take our freedom to own a firearm, which is all wrong. You know, I remember when the Oklahoma bombing took place, Bill Clinton started hollering gun control over the Oklahoma bombing. There was no guns involved. That was a bombing, and Clinton started hollering gun control. So they're using every excuse they can to try to take our God-given rights to bear arms that our Constitution affords us, that our forefathers put in motion, so that our government just doesn't run wild like it's beginning to do. And maybe that's why, I don't know. Patriot Act. I kind of think 9/11 was done on purpose so they could implement the Patriot Act. That's my take on that one. I really do. I think the 9/11 was orchestrated so that they could implement the Patriot Act. That's almost like a checkmate. You know, they're working towards that checkmate. Now on that note, this 2020 federal ID is a violation of our Constitution. Our Constitution either gives our government permission, the okay to do what they do, or it doesn't give them permission. And this federal 2020 federal ID, the Constitution does not give our federal government permission to implement this 2020 federal ID. It's a violation because it doesn't give them permission to do it. And then the DMV wants to play stupid like they're clueless. So what's really going on? What's really going on? But I do believe that Truth Freeze Glado. I'm not sure what you just. I'm not able to read that. What you just put in here. GLADIO. Glado. Anyways, it doesn't give them permission. It's a violation of our Constitution, but I do believe that if Trump, Mike Pence, It needs to cross their desk. It needs to cross their path. Glad to see. Oh, yep, yeah.
My phone.
Um,
Just set my alarm.
and so think of him for being here. They should change it. They should turn it over. I really believe that. But Trump's got to hear it. Trump's got to hear it. You know, that it's a violation. Mammoth tactic. Okay, I'm not familiar with that term, but okay. But I do believe that if that Trump would overturn this, that Mike Pence would overturn this, because it's going to seriously pigeonhole us. It's going to seriously start moving towards communism. And from what I understand, after talking to a few people in the UK, they're saying that they've begun to implement some things similar to it. And I seen a YouTube video here a few weeks ago where they were doing it in. Did you do that?
Mm-hmm. Just bring you into the room.
So one second. I want you to say thank you for
I already
being.
did. And I set the alarm. Do not forget my phone.
So in Africa, they tried to do this to the African people with the card. And they revolted. And then their government started backing up. But it was a violation to them too. So they were pushing it in Africa, thought they were going to get over on the people. The people started rising up against it, and they backed away from it. And so people here need to know, and we need to be shouting this from the rooftops, that this 2020 federal ID is a violation of our Constitution. Trump needs to overturn it. I believe he will. He just needs to be aware. Mike Pence as well, if they're able, and they should be. And this isn't a good thing. And we just need to make it known. No. And we need to call our governors and our representatives, our senators, the White House, the Republican Party in Washington. We need to be hollering about this and contacting our representatives and making it known this is a violation of our Constitution. Our Constitution does not give our government permission to implement this bill that they passed in 2005, by the way, in which they didn't tell anybody about. The DMV brought it to everybody's attention here about 9 months ago now, in preparation, and they're being real aggressive about it. This is all wrong. All wrong. This friend of mine, guy I know, Doug, that teaches the Constitution class, he's going, Ken, this is wrong. It's a violation. And I'm telling him he needs to do a video on it. And he needs to make it known to the people who he rubs shoulders with as well. And I'm really counting on him to do that, to do his part. I have some videos up. I did a live stream. Last time I did a live stream on that, Truth Freeze was there. Yeah, united we stand. Divided we fall. We got to holler about it. We got to make noise about it. This is America. I remember my dad saying that the Russians that the Russians said back in the, I want to say back in the 60s, that they will take over without ever firing a shot. Now, back in the 60s, when that statement was made, that was like, it ain't happening. The American people, those that were in office and are politically in office, that was like, they were talking out the side of their neck or something, you know. They were just out in left field making such a statement. Khrushchev. That's not Khrushchev. Will I betray you? Okay. Okay. They will betray us. So today they're at the verge of taking over without firing a shot, and it's being done within our own government, our own governments. We've got these globalists that are pushing for it, and it's the globalists that shouldn't be in office. Their government needs to be redone. We need a whole new group of people in our government, and we got a whole bunch of globalists. You know, Hillary was one, Obama was another, and there's many, many more in there that are pushing for it, and they're behind this taking place. Recent, yeah. And, you know, 2005, for them to vote this in or pass this, quote, law that they were going to give us this federal ID and did not make it known to the general public. What's wrong with that picture? Sneaking it in there, you know? We gotta make noise. I'm doing my part. You need to do your part, make it known. Let's make phone calls. Somebody's got to know Trump or have friends that know Trump. I've called the White House trying to speak to the Republican Party. I've done it in the past, but I wasn't able to get through to anybody really. Calling the White House was almost a joke. I couldn't believe how it was being handled. I'm like, wow. But we could definitely call the Republican parties in Washington, in our own states, the constitutionalists, the different groups, and get the pot stirred. I just put out a video. I was playing a video. I didn't put one out. I was playing a video where a guy was standing there before the Senate. I think it was. He was in Congress. He's at the White House talking about this new gun law that they're trying to implement or put in place, and how it was a violation of our Constitution. Judicial Watch is doing good. Okay. And he was talking about how this is violating it, our Constitution and our rights. And it was so eloquently put. I couldn't have said it better myself. This guy put it so well. But it's going around Messenger, this message that I played. This guy was speaking with the White House, with the government, on this gun law bill. And that was a violation. And he says, it sounds like if I own a gun, then you're going to come in with guns to take my gun, and it's a violation. You're going to be a bully. In so many words. But you have to hear the video. Like I said, it's going around on Messenger. That's where I got it from. And under the Fair Use Act, the Fair Use Act allows you to replay that for educational purposes. And that's why I did that. And so can you. I forget the name of that video, but it's here on my channel. think Truth Freeze was here when I played that video, or it was the Constitution. The guy that teaches the Constitution. That's when you were Truth Freeze. It was right before that video, or right after that video. I played this one on my channel here, so you can go back and listen to it. You got my permission to play it, to show it. Anybody can play it and show it. I give any and everybody permission to play it and show it. This is documented now. The Constitution videos I have, you have my permission to play it, to show it. Any of it, play it and show it. You have my permission. YouTube, anyone has permission to play my video or videos on the Constitution or this gun rights video with my permission. Anybody. Let's see, what did you say, Truth Freeze? Yes, we need to revise the Constitution. Well, that's part of the problem. They're revising them in the wrong direction, and they did that while Obama was in office. I would have voted for Colin Powell. People want to say, "Oh, you're prejudiced." That's hilarious. I have friends that are black, and if I offend you by that, that's your problem. But I would have voted for Colin Powell. I saw Obama coming, man. I didn't trust him from day one. I did not trust Obama from day one. I saw him coming. Now, Colin Powell, different man, another animal. I would have voted for Colin Powell in a minute. So it's not color. It's just I saw Obama coming. I saw that guy a mile away, 10 miles away. He thought he was slick with his lies. And I remember after he was inaugurated, nope, Obama was yes, 100%. You betcha he was. And he should have never been president, and he should not be getting a pension for the rest of his life. He was not American. That's a fact. That's been proven. And he should be stripped from this $250,000 that he gets every year. He doesn't have nothing coming, and he should have never been president. And if I disappear from YouTube, the FBI came in and snatched me up, right? But yeah, seriously, he should have never been president, and he shouldn't be getting a pension. And they should be just going, whoops, that was a mistake, whoops, and cut all of that from him, literally. Trump's in office, and he's going to try to run the show. He's going to try to give Trump a hard time. He's not even president. He's going to try to interfere with Trump being president. The guy got a screw loose? I think so. I've never seen anybody like that, or I've ever heard of anybody doing this in the history of America. Another president interfering with another president while in office. An ex-president interfering with the president while he's in office. That guy, woohoo, trouble. But anyways, like I said, I saw him early on. He was a problem, and he was not American, and that's been proven. So I say his yearly pension needs to be removed. Get me on a rant. But anyways, never vetted. Yeah. Well, see, the socialists in our president, in our government, the globalist socialists wanted him in office. He was their man. And their goal and their plans were he was going to be the first black president. And then Hillary was going to come sweeping in and become the first female president. And God changed things. God threw a wrench in it. I give God the credit, our Creator, our Father in heaven. I give him the credit. No, I do not have a screw loose. I'm just saying that's my belief system. And because Hillary, if she would have went into office, we would be on a nosedive right now. And things would not be where they're at presently, that's for sure. Jesus is King. Yes, he is. King of kings and Lord of lords. He's the great I am the way. That he is. Made a difference in my life, brother. Exploring with CF. Obama was the mercenary candidate. Mercenary candidate. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right, but I know that he was just like when Bill was running for office. I remember all the stuff, man Korean. I remember when Bill Clinton was running for president and all the stuff that was coming out of Arkansas on him. All his evil doings and wrongdoings while he was in office in Arkansas was being shouted from the rooftops. And still, those in office, powers that be, pushed. He was their man. They knew he was going to dance to their tune, and he was going to do what they wanted him to. He was going to be their puppet, and that's why Bill was in office, and then followed up with Obama. No, not Obama. I'm sorry, Bill. Then it was. They had the oil. His dad was in office before him. Oh, I'm going brain dead. You guys probably know off the top of your head. I'm going brain dead. The guy that took over the 9/11 hit. Anyways, they knew that Bill Clinton was their man to pull what he pulled. Socialist media was also in that sci-fi story. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. You know, socialist media, fake news. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, you know, for years and years before recent, you know, and they're talking about fake news. I remember back in the early mid 90s, they come out with that movie called Walk the Dog. And in that movie, Walk the Dog, they showed how that our government would be filming in a building. It was all made up. It was all mocked up to convince people that things were happening that wasn't even going on. I have my wife's brother. He is ex-military, and he's on a base out here, and they would have videos being videotaped on base that they would send out and play overseas, you know, to send them whatever message they were trying to send them to make it look like things were going on that wasn't even going on. And Walk the Dog, you might want to look up that old movie from, it's like 97 or 8 or something like that. No, maybe it's like 97, 8, 99. Anyways, called Walk the Dog. And it shows. And then here recently, with Trump being in office and all this political stuff, fake news. You know, a lot of our news is fake. It's like, what do you believe now? You know, who do you believe? What do you believe? It's not a good place. Got to go on your instincts and biblical prophecy. And stand up for our forefathers and our Constitution that our forefathers put in order, put in motion. You know, we have a tyrannical government developing. And that needs to stop. That needs to be reversed, this tyrannical government that's being developed. And the Constitution's the only thing we've got, and they're changing that. But we need to shout this from our channels. You know, we need to make this known. We need to give people a game plan and an approach, you know. That's why I say, contact your representatives, contact the Republican Party, contact, you know, these different groups, and the Patriots, you know, the different groups, so that we got a voice, you know, and we hear when we're heard loud and clear. At the gym, man, gotta run. Have a good one. All right. But yes, so much of our news is fake as well. Yeah. I used to go to the gym. I love it. Enjoy. I'm jealous. I have a few videos up, a few curl training videos for isolating the muscle. But you have to go down through my list of videos. But anyways, all right. CF, thanks for being here. If you're still here, be safe and shout it from your channel, bro. All right. God bless. Bye for now, and never give up, because there's always a way. All right, CF. Thanks for being here. Okay, we have Truth Freeze. And we have one other person that haven't commented. Maybe it's RG Homestead, my friend RG. I don't know, it could be anybody. But I'm just taking a guess. But anyways, no, we need to stand together and make our voices heard, you know. Thank God this is America still. What about for our children? What about our how about our great grandchildren? What's it going to be like in the next 40 years? What's it going to be like in the next 100 years? Where are we going to be? Communist America? You know? We're going to have a tattoo on our forehead or hand? You know, Christians being beheaded with the guillotine? Where are we going to be in 50 years, 100 years from now? Or is it going to be our great-grandchildren that's going to suffer and endure all this because we didn't make a stand, because we didn't do our part, and we dropped the ball? That's the question. Where is our children's children, great-grandchildren going to be in 100 years? What's this world going to be like? You know, standing here today, looking in the future over here, what's it going to end up like over here? And how long is it going to take? You know, it's kind of like, for example, this is totally off the subject. It's kind of like, though, these convalescent homes. We're all getting old. If you're 20, you're getting old. When you're 20, you will be 70 unless something happens and you die early. Convalescent homes are nowhere for nobody in general. If you don't have the big bucks to pay a convalescent home, the high-end convalescent homes, your care is next to none, and you cannot care for yourself, and you're dependent upon them for their care. Convalescent homes are not caring for you. They scrape the bottom of the barrel and they barely do anything. And your days are numbered. But we're not doing nothing about that. You don't hear anybody talking about it. I'm going to have a live stream on it here real soon. But convalescent homes is a huge problem. And we're just closing our eyes to it. And we're all going to end up there at some point, one way or another. As we get back to basics, where your children learned, have been taught to take care of their parents. You know, get back to basics. Convalescent homes are another issue that are just being left unaddressed. Nobody's addressing it. But I've got quite a bit to say about it, actually. But like I said, that's off the topic for tonight. Food for thought, and something we need to start talking about is not just the abuse, but the neglect in convalescent homes and how severe that neglect is. And being understaffed and unable to take care of the elderly because they're so understaffed. And when you are needing their support, needing their help, they're not really there for you. They're doing the bare minimum because they're so understaffed. And that needs to be addressed. And we need to start addressing it. That needs to change. And I'm going to shut up on that note. I'll be doing a live stream on it here real soon. So like I was saying in my last live stream about when we're talking about the government and this 2020 federal ID and our Constitution, presidents need to take the Constitution. They need to take a course where they understand the original Constitution, not this perverted, jacked up Constitution that they're trying to create presently. But our presidents need to take a course in the original Constitution and what that means before they can ever run for president. If they want to run for president and they are planning on running for president, then they need to know the Constitution. You know, if you could sit down and have a conversation with Trump about the Constitution and you knew the Constitution, how much does he know? Nobody knows. How much of the Constitution did Knucklehead know? Did Obama know? How much? How much of the Constitution did Bill Clinton know? Really? What did he know? If they're going to lead this country, shouldn't they know the Constitution inside and out? Shouldn't those in office, those in the Senate, those on all levels of government know the Constitution inside and out? They don't. They should know that Constitution like a preacher knows his Bible. Our president and all the way down to the staff, person answering the phones should be taking a course in learning the Constitution. If they're going to support this government, they're going to be within our government. If they're going to uphold our Constitution, they need to know it to uphold it. You know, shame on our forefathers, shame on the last 50 years, 100 years that nobody's confronted. Why have I not heard this? I would have expected as a teenager growing up that if you're in office, if you're the president, you got to know the Constitution. This is America. It should go with the territory. It should go with the territory. If you know the Constitution, I mean, if you're a president, if you're a senator, if you're a governor, if you're whomever you may be, If you're in office on some level, you should know the Constitution, the original Constitution. How is it that we've let that slip? How is it we've not made that a requirement? It should be a requirement for anyone running for any type of office to know the Constitution in order to be a candidate to run for that office. How is it we've let that slip? Why has that been neglected? Why has that been left out? That should be just a natural thing, like the air we breathe, It should be a part of running for presidency or running for office on any political level. Why has it been left out? I know after taking this Constitution class, the guy teaching it was saying he could count on one hand how many people that he knows within the political arena that knows the Constitution. He says they don't want to know it because the Constitution either gives them permission to do or it doesn't give them permission to do. And that's the problem. It shouldn't be a problem. That's the problem. It shouldn't be one. They should want to honor and respect the Constitution because the Constitution that gives us our rights gives them their rights. It affords them the protections. It affords them the freedoms that it does everyone else. Like I was saying on my last video, on the side of cop cars on the law enforcement vehicles, it would say protect and serve. It's not there anymore. Why is it not there? Why is it missing? Why was it removed, protect and serve, off their vehicles? I remember as a kid reading that, it put a sense of peace in my heart. As a kid, as a teenager, seeing that written on their doors of their vehicles, protect and serve. They carried guns. And as a young man, I was real concerned about these guys running around able to have guns on their hips. But it said protect and serve. And now they've taken that off their vehicles. What's going on? What are they not telling us? They're supposed to be defending our Constitution and our rights. It affords them the freedoms that they enjoy. One man army, what's up? Talking about the Constitution, the value of it, and why doesn't our presidents and anyone else in office need to know it? If you're running for office, don't you think you should know the Constitution? How can you defend it if you don't know it? Or if you sort of kind of know it, how can you defend the Constitution? And if you're the president, shouldn't you be the one that knows that inside and out like a preacher knows his Bible? If you're president, if you are a congressman, you ought to know the Constitution like a preacher knows his Bible. True that, yeah, but it hasn't been a part of our government requirements. It needs to be a requirement if you're president. Not a new constitution, the original Constitution that our forefathers put in motion that gives us the freedoms that we all enjoy. And if I don't care if you're a congressman, a senator, if you are the paper boy and you deliver the paper within the White House, you should be studying it and learning it yourself. It should trickle all the way down to the paper pusher, to the secretary. The secretary should know the Constitution, should be learning about it. But it's something they left out. Why have they left this out? It should be in every part, every branch of our government. Anyone in office should know that Constitution like a preacher knows his Bible. It should be their Bible next to the Bible. What's the matter with this picture? Why has it for the last 200 years, or this last 75 years, 100 years? Hi, little dumpling. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hello, let me guess. You have not been asleep yet. How'd you know? I put a new video update on my puppy this morning, or this afternoon. But anyways, so if you're in office, anybody running for office, I don't care what office, if you work in any branch of government, local government or federal government, you need to know our Constitution. That should be a requirement, and we need to start hollering about that. We need to start talking about it. We need to start making this known. When you're sitting down having a cup of coffee at your local restaurant, we need to be talking about those in office need to know the Constitution. Okay, you might like it. It's a Mickey Mouse and Pluto summer breeze update. Anyways, though, seriously, how this is America. How could our presidents and those in office for the last 100 plus, 200 plus, 100 plus years just not make knowing the Constitution a part of the requirement before you run for office? They should know it. Our forefathers knew it. Our forefathers put it in motion. And they did know it. But it's been degenerating less and less people. They in most schools and in most of America, they've stopped teaching it. I heard my last video live stream where I was talking about this. Somebody was saying, I forget what state, but they're teaching it to the high schoolers in that state, but I don't remember where that was. But they're adding junk to our Constitution, and it's junk. It's to manipulate and turn things in more of a socialistic manner. The government. Yeah, one-man army. They should know it. Like I was saying, if you are president, if you're running for office, if you're on any level of our federal government in whatever office, you ought to be like the Christian that reads his Bible every day. You ought to be reading that Constitution every day. You ought to know that Constitution inside and out. That's why I say, like a preacher knows his Bible, they ought to know that Constitution. Good night, sweet dreams. We'll have to talk one of these days, little dumpling. Keep up the good work and God bless. The government needs a reset. Yes, well said, one-man army. The government needs a reset. Amen, my brother from another mother. Yeah, it does. For real. Like I was saying earlier, one-man army, I would have voted for Colin Powell. I was looking forward to voting for Colin Powell. I was telling people, I'm voting for Colin Powell. And when he backed out and dropped out of the race, I'm going, what's going on? What is really going on? Why did Colin Powell back out? He shouldn't have been, but see, he was told that there was someone being groomed for presidency and it couldn't be him. And I just about guarantee you that was the deal. So he had to back up. We are the victims. That's right. I don't care what president just do right by the people. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I saw Obama coming, bro. I was ducking. I knew he was I just knew. Now Colin Powell, like I said, I was excited. I was gonna vote for Colin Powell, bro. In a minute, I was telling people Colin Powell's running for presidency. I'm voting for Colin Powell. And when he backed out, I was really disappointed. Really disappointed. And I kept going, why? What's up? Something's up. That's a sign. Something's up. Well, when Obama ran for office, that's what was up. He was told you can't run for office. There's somebody else, and you're not, and you can't run for office. Well, Colin Powell had to back up, or he probably wouldn't have still been around today. He backed up. He knew he backed up. It's a no-brainer. He don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that one. But yeah. So like I was saying, I do believe that if it's in Trump's power, Mike Pence's power to overturn this 2020 federal ID, they will. But they need to hear from us. They need to hear from us that they cannot do this to us. This bill that was passed back in 2005 that they just sprung on us here recently of this 2020 federal ID cannot pass. That has to be overturned. Like you said, they need a revamp. One man army, pay off the debt, get the money back, organize and take care of the people of the United States. Yeah, but they don't want to pay off the debt. They use that debt as a manipulation. I've often said if we could all get together and not pay our taxes, that would get their attention. Because I tell you, it's the deep pockets, it's the corporations that the government's listening to. It's not me and you. Although we need to vote, they need to know where we stand. So we need to vote. But it's the big corporations that pays them off. They want to talk about hold on a second. President Trump and Putin, there's nothing going on. Russia had nothing to do with our voting system. That's a bunch of hype, a bunch of garbage that ignorant people are believing. Ignorant people are believing that. Russia had nothing to do with Trump being in office and the whole voting thing. That was just a big smoke screen to get everybody's focus and attention off of what was really going on. That's all that was. But yeah, we need to be revamped. We need to start over. I believe in miracles. I do. But remember, Bible prophecy, Bible says the day is going to come when you'll have a mark on your hand or your forehead, and they're working on the chip. Overtime, they're working on this chip, but it's not going to be, I don't think the chip is a precursor. A chip is what's going to come before the mark on your hand or forehead. That chip they're putting right here in the webbing at this part of your hand right here, that's not the mark. It's close to it. But the mark's going to be a tattooed number. It says 666. Now, my take on it, and again, I'm no scientist, but I believe that they're going to take like some type of a magnetic powder, mix it with some skin, some type of a DNA body, something from your body, ground up hair, I don't know, and mix it in with this magnet. and then they're going to tattoo it into your skin. It's not going to be a chip. The chip is a testing ground. The chip is how they're testing it out. How well is it going to work? Where are their problems? You know, it's to test it. It's a precursor. It's what's coming before the actual thing. And this 2020 federal ID is also another step in that direction. Now God can push things fast, that things happen rapidly, or pull it back, hold it off. Medical marijuana, the taxes from there to pay off some of the debt. And Amazon and that, yeah, sure. That would, yeah, they could definitely, because they're making millions. Or should I say billions, for sure. They could. But, you know, are they create problems to fix problems. You know, they create issues. They create a problem so they can solve it. You know, they create this debt situation where we need them. They need our tax money. We have to pay our taxes because we got this debt. We got to pay off this debt. And it keeps everybody in this frantic, oh, we got to do this, while they blow our money like it's water. And they pay a little here and they pay a little there and they pay a little here. And that's all they're doing, you know. But we got to pay our taxes because the government needs it. Well, they blow our money. Oh, and they've got offshore accounts. You know, our military is under-equipped. Big time. But they need it for, and then they overspend on stuff all at the same time, but yet they're under-equipped. So where's that money going? You know, I remember a guy talking about the $300 hammer. It's a hammer. Nothing special about that hammer. $500 pair of vice grips or screwdrivers. You know, it's a scam. Sophistry is a word. Sophistry. That's legal theft. So I don't know what else to say. It just frustrates me. It needs to change. I believe Trump can make some changes. I believe Trump's in office. God allowed him to be in office. It's God's hand holding things back. I don't like everything Trump's doing, but overall, I think he's doing a good job. And then I believe he can turn this over. And Mike Pence. For those that don't know, Mike Pence is a Christian. And for those that don't know, while Trump was running for office, if you notice, he had an attitude change. Trump became a Christian while he was running for office. It just didn't hit the news. The media never said anything about it. But Trump became a Christian while he was running for presidency. And Pence is a Christian. And you can Google it. And you'll see. Look up CBMC, Mike Pence, CBMC, and you'll see that Mike Pence has been part of this Christian organization for a long time. So Google Mike Pence, CBMC. I'll say it one more time. Google Mike Pence, CBMC. It's a Christian businessmen's organization. And so anyways, I do believe that they're able. We just got to make our voices heard and pray. God is able. And I'm doing my share, my part. Well, I appreciate you one-man army for hanging out with me. Beware of the blue light coming off of your cell phone. It's bad for your eyes. It kills, damages the retina. For those that don't know, I've got a video here, my playlist, talking about that. All right. But have fun, be safe, and never give up, because there's always a way. Well, you as well, One Man Army. You know, I'm not a gamer. I used to play Pac-Man growing up. I used to play, what was it, other one? Oh, Space Invaders growing up as a teenager. My stepson, I play a little bit with him. He goes online and plays online. I don't know if you play online against other people or not, but he's set up to do that. He's got the headset and all that going on, big old 50-inch TV for gaming, and he goes live. I keep telling him we need to videotape it. Maybe we'll do that one of these days on my channel. But for a day, just a video one time for fun. But anyways, united we stand, divided we fall. And as I say here on YouTube, united we stand, and united we make it happen here on YouTube. We just got to do our part. Oh, One Man Army, well, I'm sitting here and you're here. I don't know if you've seen it in your live streams, but I've mentioned to you several times that you made a bomb steak. When I saw that steak video you did last year, maybe it's time to do another steak video, because you put together one mean steak, brother. It was the bomb, For real though, for show. You got to do it for show. Make another bomb steak. It looks so good, man. Look like it tastes so good. Your tongue knock your teeth right out of your mouth. Look like it tastes so good. But yeah, for real. In all seriousness, God, you do that again, man. You had one mean machine, one mean steak going on. For real. And it made a good video or upload. So, all right. Well, One Man, thanks for being here. Truth Freeze, I believe you're still here. You haven't commented for a few minutes. And if you're still here, Truth Freeze, I appreciate you being here. And I've got one other person. They're just sitting back, on standby or whatever. And whoever you are, if you can't communicate, you're watching me on a television or something like that. Or, all right, I'm going to hold you to it, One Man. Another mean steak, brother. I'll be looking for it. But so if whoever that third person is sitting here on the sidelines, if you can't communicate, I just want to thank you for being here and for your time for being here. And hope you have a blessed week. And thanks for your time. And everyone, thank you all for being here. And for those that will watch this stream after the live stream, I thank you as well. So God bless, take care. And as I always say, because it's for real, never give up, because there's always a way. There is always. We just got to find out what that way is. There's always a way. The old saying is there's more than one way to skin a cat. Then there's the right way and the wrong way, but there's always a way. Now, that comes from my dad's generation. You two, One Man. You two have a good one too, for sure. My dad's generation says, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Therefore, you got to figure out what that way is. So as I say, never give up, because there's always a way. Always. So God bless. Bye for now. Take care. And we'll catch you on the rebound. And thank you very much for being here those that are here now, and those that come in after the live stream. Thank you. And thank you for being a part of my community. United we stand, and united we make it happen here on YouTube. All right, so let's talk about this. Presidents being required to know the Constitution if they're going to run for office, and all levels of government, local government and federal government, they all should know the Constitution. Bye for now. Let's talk about it.